We're about to go live now. If we do this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2020-21 Residence Life Virtual Recognition Awards Banquet. My name is Bree Corsi, and I am the West Service Desk Supervisor and co-chair of the Residence Life Banquet Committee. This year, we celebrate our accomplishments with our Night at the Movies theme. This year, University Housing premiered our P3 project on West Campus with the opening of Thunder Hill and Raven Rocks Halls. This project will continue with the opening of Laurel Creek Hall this coming fall. Virtual programming may not have been a box office hit, but we hope as you reflect upon this year, you realize that in the interactions you have had with residents, that each of you have made a lasting impact and created communities where residents felt welcomed, could still find connections, and make memories. Much was accomplished this year, and we are glad you tuned in so we could all celebrate together. I hope this evening provides you the opportunity to reminisce on the many great moments from this year. Most importantly, I hope that you are able to reflect on all that you have done in order to contribute to leaving a worthwhile legacy here at Appalachian State. I am so excited that our professional staff, graduate assistants, RAs, desk assistants, those involved with night safety, and our student housekeepers are able to celebrate each other tonight. Please give yourself a round of applause. Before we begin, I would like to take this moment to thank several individuals for their contributions to this evening. First off, I would like to thank this year's judges who read and evaluated over 100 award nominations. Dr. Tom Mueller, Dr. Shushmita Chatterjee, Jason Marshburn, Teresa Bridges, Tracy Royster, Brandy Cornett, Johanna Chavez, Aaron Hayes, Sarah Hoffert, Heather Jo Marshburn, and Michael Davis. I would also like to thank the Residence Life Banquet Committee for helping to plan tonight's event. Please show some appreciation for them in the chat. My committee members are Juwan Williams, Lacey Ballard, Christine Craven, Andy Vargas, and my co-chair, Jenny Sperry. Additionally, I would like to thank our special guests, Dr. Brandy Bryson, Associate Professor of the Department of Leadership and Education Studies, Dr. Tom Mueller, Associate Professor of the Department of Communication, Dr. Shushmita Chatterjee, Associate Professor and Director of Gender, Women's, and Sexuality Studies, Dr. Julia Clark-Callender, Visiting Assistant Professor and Teaching Fellow in Watauga Residential College, Dr. Tom Kane, Director of University Housing, Dr. Shannon Jordan, Senior Associate Director for Residence Life, Dr. Alicia Vest, Associate Director for Administrative Services, J.J. Brown, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, and Matt Dull, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Finance and Operations. With our opening scene, we have some wonderful, who you all know and appreciate, the star-studded Dr. Shannon Jordan.
Good evening, Residence Life staff. First, I want to thank our recognition event team, Bree Corsi, Jenny Sperry, Lacey Ballard, Juwan Williams, and Christine Craven for making this event happen. I have no doubt that the hour ahead will be a memorable way to close out this unthinkable year. Well, here we are at the end. I don't know about you, but I am ready for this year to be O-V-E-R, over. To use our movie theme, this year seemed like it played straight out of the script of an end-of-the-world blockbuster film. The period between March 2020 and now has seemed like one big school year filled with uncertainty, numerous challenges, and trying to remain hopeful that someday we will return to normal. The end of this school year marks for me the beginning of the end, a chance to close this chapter. I don't know if it's the smell of spring in the air or the fresh COVID vaccine pumping through my body, but I am now in my hopeful phase of this pandemic journey. Now, please do not mistake my hopefulness for an accurate prediction of the future. I am certainly no Dr. Fauci or any scientist for that matter, and I somehow don't magically believe that this pandemic will be finished just because we have closed the halls. But making it through this academic year feels like a major accomplishment, which is really funny because most days I feel like I have done nothing spectacular aside from surviving. But survival can be pretty significant if you think about it. And I think if you start to go down the rabbit hole that this past year is lost or wasted, I challenge you to think differently. There is a famous quote from Winston Churchill that says, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." And now that I'm feeling hopeful, I'm trying to wrap my head around how I cannot let the past 14 months be a bad memory that I simply tuck away. First, I think that it is important that I try to find gratitude from this experience. I'm grateful for my health and my family's health, while so many others have not been as fortunate. I am thankful for my employment because so many others have lost their jobs. I'm thankful that I've had time to be around my husband and children for most of the day. While the days have been long and challenging, I will never take for granted the togetherness we have had, because soon our lives will return to the busyness of normality. Professionally speaking, I'm grateful for this test of my patience and leadership. There were many days where I was so tired and stressed thinking about how we would make it through one challenge after another. But through this, I have found out what I'm made of. Through this journey of understanding my own leadership abilities in this role, I have also thought a lot about what you are made of, and I hope you have taken the time to do the same. Now, I can't speak for how you feel about what you've learned, but I can tell you what I've observed. I have seen a dedicated staff pull together and get the job done, even when you were afraid, unsure, and overwhelmed. I've seen you try to build community through the impossible. I've seen you enforce policies to keep our students safe, even when they didn't want to keep themselves safe. I have seen you remain dedicated to your academics in a classroom atmosphere that meant your laptop and your residence hall room. And I have witnessed the perseverance and resilience of a staff who have demonstrated maturity well beyond their years. I remember in the beginning of the year, attempting to answer your questions and calm your fears when I really didn't know much myself. I thank you for your trust and your patience in me, but most importantly, I thank you for all of your hard work, like really, really hard work. I will always remember this year and this team because of what we survived together. The partnerships between all areas of our department, administrative services, facilities, and us, Residence Life, made the seemingly impossible happen. We went from taking bets about when we would close down to counting down the final days of this year because of you. So, if you ask me, this crisis has not gone to waste. This has not been a lost year. I have become a more seasoned leader, a more appreciative person, and have more pride than ever in the team with whom I work. So I ask you, how are you thinking about this year? How are you not letting this crisis go to waste? What have you learned about yourself? I hope that through your employment with us, you have learned that you can do a lot, more than you thought possible 10 months ago. So, Residence Life team, this celebration is for you and for all you have done. It isn't the banquet celebration we are accustomed to, but I am still grateful that we are virtually together in this moment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this feature film of recognition that I can tell you has a happy ending. Thank you again. advisors to the RA Council. As many of you may know, the purpose of RAC is to be the voice and to provide opportunities for RAs to voice concerns or issues they may have with the position and to work together as a team to improve the RA role and university housing.
We believe RAC has truly worked hard to positively impact both the RA position and university housing moving forward. This group has truly accomplished so much this year, and we could not be more proud to work with such a talented and motivated group of students. This year, the following RAs served as your RAC Executive Board. In the presidential position, we had Dalton Stroop. In the vice president position, we had Anna Thompson in the fall semester and Hannah Gabron in the spring. Our administration coordinator has been Erin O'Neill. Our outreach coordinators have been Caitlin Brewer in the fall, followed by Thomas McNeil in the spring. And then in the diversity and inclusion coordinator position, Kyra Scott served with us from October to March.
This executive board has led us through a completely online year and did a wonderful job despite this very large obstacle. Our current executive board will be receiving a special gift from Gracie and I as a token of our appreciation for the leadership you have shown this year. Please look for this soon.
Additionally, we would like to recognize all RAs who served as their RAC Hall representatives for this year. Thank you for the time that you dedicated to improving the lives of the RAs at App State. We now invite Dalton Stroop, president of RAC, to say a few words about this year.
Hello. This year, RAC has worked hard to continue advocating for RAs while not being able to meet and socially support one another. The purpose of RAC is to advocate for RAs and continuously improve the RA position. Having served on exec for 2 years, I can say that this definitely looks different depending on the year. While this year we were not as focused on proposals changing the makeup of the RA job, we still advocated for RAs to upper housing and worked to support RAs across campus. A few of the many things we accomplished are holding open forums to advocate for more transparency from upper housing, implementing the diversity and inclusion coordinator role to better advocate for RAs of all identities, proposed and passed major constitutional edits and amendments, including several for fair voting during proposals in executive board elections, provided appreciation gifts to all university housing RAs, held virtual social events to promote staff bonding and meeting RAs across campus, enacted change regarding better communication with night safety and from crisis management manual updates, Band-Aids in RA offices, and photos on the university housing website. We recognized 22 RAs as RA of the week and 7 staffs as staff of the month, and we did a whole lot more. Thank you to my exec board, advisors, RAC reps, upper housing, and all of the residence life staff for helping RAC have a successful year. Next, the RAC Executive Board has taken from the RHA and NRHH tradition of giving a pin to a person who has helped them in their leadership role this year. Each executive board member will now give their pin.
Good evening, housing. I'm Thomas McNeil, and I've had the wonderful opportunity to serve as the outreach coordinator for RAC for this past semester. I just wanted to thank the past exec board as well as Dr. Jordan and Gracie for this wonderful opportunity. It's been an honor to work beside y'all, and I'd also like to wish the current exec board the best. They're going to do so many amazing things next year. But for my pin, I'm going to be giving it to someone who I not only look up to, but they remind me constantly of the professionalism needed for this job. The flexibility and adaptability to adapt to anything that may come up, any situations that may arise, solving conflicts, anything like that. As well as they remind me that it's okay to have some fun on the job as well, and also make strong relationships between not only you and your residents, but you and the staff that you're on as well. And for that reason, I'm going to be giving my pin to Ardeshir Pirzadeh. He has been the best senior RA I could ask for, and I hope you have the best of luck after your time here at Appalachian. Thank you so much.
I have chosen John Garst as the recipient of my leadership pin. As an RD, but also as a friend, John Garst has been nothing but a wonderful leader, role model, and support to me. Only over 2 years, John has helped me learn my own worth, become more assertive, and occupy more space. John has advocated for me and picked my slack when I needed it. To be brutally honest, it continues to blow me away just how well this cis hetero white man has consistently offered strong, well-rounded support to me, a brown immigrant woman. John challenged me when it was called for, and let me thrive from a distance when it was called for. He helped me identify my strengths and weaknesses and use both to achieve all the great things that I have achieved over the past 2 years. I am very, very grateful to John for the mentor and friend he has been to me, and I hope this pin can partly express just how much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Erin O'Neill, and I served as the administrative coordinator for RAC this year. I would like to give my leadership pin today to Tempest Bachnight-Davis. Tempest has been my supervisor for almost my entire time as an RA, and I have been able to learn so much from her in that time. And it's been such a great experience to be able to be an RA on her staff. She has always been an amazing source of encouragement and support, and she especially encouraged me to pursue RAC, and so I'm very appreciative of that. Tempest is kind, professional, understanding, funny, and the type of leader I strive to be one day. I am so thankful for the time I've been able to spend with her over the past 2 years, and so I have decided to give her my pin today. Thank you, Tempest.
As president, I get to give 2 pins to people who have supported me in my leadership role this year. There is no question to me who these people are. The first pin I would like to give is to Dr. Jordan. Dr. Jordan has been there for me as an advisor whenever I needed her, listening to me talk about personal issues, complaining about my sleep schedule, and carefully balancing her many hats and responsibilities. Dr. Jordan has been one of the biggest influences on my career path and has taught me more about supporting others than anyone else in my college experience. Thank you for being the best advisor, advocate, and queen of university housing there could be. I'm giving my second pin to none other than John Garst. John has taught me so much in the past 2 years that there is no way this short video could cover it all. John is the reason I was able to stay in RA, from showing me what it means to be a good advisor and advocate for others, to building me up as a person and student. John took someone who was hurting and taught me to see the value in myself again. Without his guidance and help, I would not be the leader or person I am today. John also taught me that it is not how others view you that is important, and that there will always be people who look down on you. Instead, John has taught me to focus on advocating for my peers, staff, and residents. And that is something that I will take with me into my future. Thank you for being in my corner, trusting me to do my job, challenging me to better myself, and being my role model for the past 2 years. Thank you, John, and thank you, Dr. Jordan. As my last official duty, I will now swear in the president of RA Council for next year, Erin O'Neill. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Erin O'Neill,
Solemnly swear to uphold the mission, vision, and values of university housing.
solemnly swear to uphold the mission, vision, and values of university housing.
I will do this in order to better myself,
I will do this in order to better myself,
my residents,
my residents,
my staff members,
my staff members,
and any other university housing employee.
and any other university housing employee.
I will strive to always represent the voices of the Appalachian State University resident assistant staff.
I will strive to always represent the voices of the Appalachian State University resident assistant staff.
Finally, I promise to be a role model RA,
Finally, I promise to be a role model RA,
consistently demonstrating positive leadership for university housing.
consistently demonstrating positive leadership for university housing.
Now, Erin O'Neill will swear in her executive board for the 2021-2022 school year.
Before I swear in your new RAC executive board, I would first like to introduce all of them to you. Vice President Caitlin Rose, Administrative Coordinator Autumn Baucom, Diversity and Inclusion Coordinator Grace Ziobi, and Outreach Coordinator Ivy Ferreira. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Autumn Baucom.
I, Ivy Ferreira.
I, Caitlin Rose.
I, Grace Ziobi.
Solemnly swear to uphold the mission, vision, and values of university housing.
Solemnly swear to uphold the mission, vision, and values of university housing.
I will do this in order to better myself, my residents, my staff members, and any other university housing employee.
I will do this in order to better myself, my residents, my staff members, and any other university housing employee.
I will strive to always represent the voices of the Appalachian State University resident assistant staff.
I will strive to always represent the voices of the Appalachian State resident assistant staff.
Finally, I promise to be a role model RA, consistently demonstrating positive leadership for university housing.
Finally, I promise to be a role model RA, consistently demonstrating positive leadership for university housing.
I now officially introduce to you your RAC Executive Board for 2021-2022. We are so excited and we can't wait to continue to get to work advocating for resident assistants on our campus.
This year, our department took measures to ensure extra efforts would happen to keep our staff and residents safe on campus. Part of these extra efforts included hiring 30 student housekeeping staff members who served our community by making sure commonly used surfaces stayed clean and sanitized as much as possible. We value your time, your commitment, and your willingness to serve our communities. Each of you have made this year on campus possible, and your impact has been immeasurable. To honor and recognize your efforts, we will present each of you with a certificate of appreciation. Please take a moment to show some appreciation for our student housekeepers in the chat. We will now invite Christine Craven to join us on stage to speak about our amazingly talented night assistant supervisors.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the GA for the Night Safety Program and want to thank all of you for your hard work over this past year. It certainly has been a pleasure working. In the night assistant supervisor roles, supervisors oversee 10 buildings per night and fill in when night assistants are absent. They provide updates to hall supervisors concerning events that take place in their buildings, provide support to the night assistants, and help with technical and administrative work as well. This year, we wanted to recognize not just one, but all of the night assistant supervisors for the exceptional work they have done. I am proud to say the night assistant supervisors I've worked with this past year have risen above the general expectations of their positions and have truly distinguished themselves as leaders and team members that can be depended on. With the COVID-related changes, last-minute adjustments, and additional support our program has needed, they have surprised and impressed me time and again, not to mention the number of new staff they've had to help onboard and train. So without further ado, I'd like to present certificates of appreciation to Andy Vargas, Austin Cooney, Chris Walters, Abube Bobby Tassi, Jessica Dixon, and Tasha Josie. Now, please enjoy one of our submitted Res Life movie trailers.
So how are you doing?
I'm okay.
How are you really doing?
Can I be frank with you?
Of course you can.
I'm just not ready to go home yet. I'm not ready to give up being an RA.
That's really valid, and I completely agree. Being an RA is very awesome.
Hi, everyone. Again, I'm Bree Corsi, the West Service Desk Supervisor, and I will now be announcing the winner of the Desk Assistant of the Year Award. The Desk Assistant of the Year Award is given to an individual who ensures students and visitors are treated with respect and feel welcomed. They connect people to the appropriate resources, communicate regularly with their supervisor and others in their work area, complete assigned work in a timely manner, and other routine tasks. One of the Desk Assistants nominators said the following about this recipient. This is one of the best desk assistants our staff has gotten to know, and we are so proud to have him as a resident of our building. They are always early, work hard while on their shift, and often stay late for others if they are having a tough day. Don't take this DA's gentle giant nature for granted. They always follow through on what they say they are going to do and are meticulous in paying attention to the details. Everyone who comes to see this desk assistant leaves feeling cared for and appreciated, and they always make sure they give everyone personal attention. This desk assistant is a team player, helping other desk assistants often by covering shifts and doing more than is required. Desk assistants are often overlooked. However, this desk assistant has proven themselves a valuable member of the department and definitely stands out. The Desk Assistant of the Year award winner is TJ Sanders. Congratulations, TJ. I will accept this award on your behalf. I also have the pleasure of announcing the Lee Lane Edwards Service Award. This award is named after Lee Lane Edwards, a former RA in East Hall, who exemplified love, kindness, compassion, patience, and selflessness. A focus in their life was social activism, encouraging students to invest their time and energy into others and community service. They were an honor student who excelled both inside and outside of the classroom. The purpose of this award is to recognize an RA who has not only made an impact on App State's campus, but in the Boone community as well. This RA's nominator said the following about the recipient of this award. When I think about an RA who has impacted campus and the greater Boone community, I think of this individual. This year alone, they have expanded their RA impact by also taking on the role of a peer academic coach for the residents in not only our building, but other communities across campus. This RA views their role as a way to serve others and help them find success in their App State journeys. Outside of the RA role, this person holds multiple leadership positions in service-based organizations or organizations where service is a top value. The value of service to one's community is interwoven into this RA's character and is evident in their actions for our building and how they work to give back to Boone. They manage all of these commitments extremely well and understand how to spread time so each commitment is a priority. We value having them on our team, and they are deserving of being recognized for the service they have given to our department, to App State, and to Boone's community. And the winner of the Lee Lane Edwards Service Award is Kennedy Singletary. Congratulations, Kennedy. I will be accepting this award on your behalf.
Hi, my name is Jawan, and I'm the coordinator of Summit, Cone, and Elkstone Halls. The Crisis Manager of the Year Award is given to someone who demonstrates an ability to handle crisis effectively. They utilize the appropriate resources, follow up after the incident, and educate staff and students on housing and university policies and procedure. The nominator of this recipient wrote, We believe the Crisis Manager of the Year award should be about recognizing an RA who handles many incidents, manages short and long-term follow-ups, and empowers and supports the residents. This RA is the epitome of that definition. They are the calm through the storm, always even keeled through stressful situations. This RA approaches incidents as a chance to care for residents instead of as a conduct situation. Although they are versatile in the types of duty situations they can handle, it is their follow-up that is the most impressive. This RA pours himself into residents, even guiding them in person to offices across campus. Fellow RAs are certain they can count on this RA to provide support in any crisis situation. As a third-year RA, this RA knows the crisis management manual like the back of their hand. Will even pick up phone calls or respond to messages in the group me from other RAs in need. This RA is one of the most caring people on this campus. They have truly earned this award. And the winner is, hold on, I gotta look through this envelope here. What? Omia Mitchell, congrats, Omia. We have your award right here. We will humbly accept this in your honor and we'll get it to you later. Next, Jenny will announce the Community Builder of the Year award.
Just well done. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny, and I'm the coordinator of Dogwood, APH, and East Halls. I'm also the co-chair of the Residence Life Banquet Committee. I will be presenting the Community Builder of the Year award. The Community Builder of the Year award is given to a staff member who has created a cohesive community, fostered a sense of inclusion, encouraged hall and campus involvement, and developed meaningful relationships with residents. The nominator said the following about the recipient of this award. This RA's personality not only reaches their floor, but others as well. Numerous residents of the building seek out this RA in situations of crisis. For example, when residents of a different floor were concerned with an exposure to COVID-19, they went to this RA for support. Next, each time this RA is on duty at the desk, at least 3 residents come down to talk to this RA. This RA makes it a point to have conversations with residents and really get to know them. This RA can stop and name numerous residents that are not on their floor, telling you their names, majors, life goals, and other information. This RA has relationships among the whole hall. Some residents even spoke that without the RA, they would have never spoken to other residents because of their belief that they had nothing in common. However, this RA made it a point to explain the importance of having a conversation before judging. The community fostered by this RA is simply wholesome. The residence hall would not be as connected without this RA. And the winner is Autumn Bokum. Oh, thank you. I would like to accept this on her behalf. Next, Christine will join us again to announce the Night Assistant of the Year award.
Hello again, everyone. I will now be announcing the winner of the Night Assistant of the Year award. The Night Assistant of the Year award is given to an individual who promotes the safety and security of students and the residence halls. They follow established procedures, communicate effectively with hall staff, complete assigned tasks in a timely manner, and routinely exceed expectations. One of this Night Assistant's nominators said the following about this recipient. This NA joined our team during a tumultuous time in this year. On their first night as a night assistant, they actively assisted an RA with a crisis and handled it like a seasoned professional. What I admire most about this NA is their team player attitude. They always treat residents with compassion and respect while encouraging residents to live honestly and respect their RAs and fellow residents. It is not a secret that NAs are the backbone of the night safety program. When this NA is on duty, I always feel at ease. I know that in the event of an emergency, this NA will seamlessly fit into the team response and ensure the safety of all residents. I'm always grateful for this NA's positive energy and willingness to support all members of the staff, and I believe that this NA deserves the utmost level of respect and recognition for their work. So without further ado, The winner is Allie Lawing. Congratulations, Allie. Next, we will have a brief intermission so you can enjoy your treats from Res Life Concessions.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Hey besties, me again. I will be announcing the winner of Graduate Assistant of the Year. The Graduate Assistant of the Year award is given to someone who cultivates meaningful relationships with students. They have significantly contributed to the department through their committee work, managing crisis, and building relationships with other housing staff and campus partners. They have worked to train and develop a cohesive staff, all while balancing their academics, graduate assistantship, and personal life. This GA's nominator had this to say: this nominee exemplifies the characteristics of an outstanding and effective leader to the Appalachian community, and is someone who does not always get the credit that they deserve. This individual is someone who I trust immensely and look up to while on duty. This nomination is based on a student interaction, departmental work, crisis management, and housing contributions, and I passionately believe that this individual holds these characteristics. An unfortunate situation that resonates with me is one that involved a resident who took actions that very negatively impacted others. The GA took effective steps to ensure that these resident stories were told and stood up for the RA on duty and affected residents. This individual ensured the safety, security, and provided great comfort to individuals involved, both directly and indirectly, and was up through a large duration of the night resolving the situation and assisting the responding RA on duty. Beyond that, this individual has effectively and successfully implemented ASU's night safety program. I have never had an instance in which I have not trusted the night assistant, and that trust is there thanks to the leadership, resilience, and integrity that this nominee possesses and puts into the work that they do in crafting effective leaders to represent housing in the Appalachian community. I cannot think of a greater leader and graduate assistant and professional than this individual. And as I express great thanks and gratitude always, the Graduate Assistant of the Year is Christine Craven. Woo! I will accept this on her behalf. Also, you can't get rid of me yet because I'm also going to be announcing the winner of the Rising Star Award, which is a new award for our department this year. Woo woo. The Rising Star Award is awarded to a first-year resident assistant who has built positive, professional, and meaningful relationships with students and staff. They are someone who has done an exceptional job at following and enforcing housing and university policies, facilitating the residential curriculum, creating an inclusive community through floor programs and one-on-ones, handling crises, and serving as a positive role model, mentor, and guide to students. This person sets the standard for future first-year RAs to follow. This individual's nominator wrote, "This RA exemplifies what it means to be a dedicated RA. They care so much for the residents and have worked so hard to build a strong community. The residents love them and they have become a vital support system for all 30 plus of them. Whether it is an affirmation program where residents write notes of support for their floor mates and those notes are posted throughout the hall, or a hot cocoa night to ease the residents' minds during midterms. This RA is innovative with programs. Our favorite program this RA planned is a safety scavenger hunt that sent his residents across campus to experience a campus that few have touched this year. This RA has taken every opportunity to get involved. Within the first week, they volunteered to be the Hall Council RA liaison, and their life as a Hall Council advisor has been so much better because of it. They have worked tirelessly to mobilize students and start each meeting or program with energy and engagement despite the challenges of a virtual setting. We are beyond lucky to have them on our staff. And the winner is, Michael Gautier. Congratulations, Michael. I will accept this on your behalf. Lacey will present the next award after another one of our amazing movie trailers.
Hello again. Danny and I will be announcing the winner of the Resident Assistant of the Year Award. The Resident Assistant of the Year Award is awarded to someone who has built positive, professional, and meaningful relationships with students and staff. They've done an exceptional job following and enforcing housing and university policies, facilitating the residential learning plan, creating an inclusive community through floor programming and one-on-ones, handling crisis, and serving as a positive role model, mentor, and guide to students. This RA is a natural-born leader with great interests in this job, his coworkers, and his residents. He is very willing to step up when he is needed. He has taken on more responsibilities running 2 floors instead of 1 than was originally intended due to uncontrollable circumstances. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most dedicated people that our staff has ever met. And while he works very hard to take care of others, it is my understanding that he has made great strides this year in becoming better at caring for himself as well. This RA answers so many questions for the staff daily and knows the crisis management manual like the back of his hand. This RA is the most consistent person on our staff, always there when others need him. This has been shown time and time again by asking other RAs how they're doing and raising standards of what it means to be a great RA. And as this RA moves forward into the next step of his life, we all know that he is an absolute rock star and a true force to be reckoned with. This RA has our whole vote for RA of the Year. And the winner is, Dalton Stroop. I will be accepting this award. Me and Danny will be accepting this award on your behalf.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to announce the winner of Hall Staff of the Year Award. The Hall Staff of the Year Award is given to the staff that demonstrates the mission, vision, and values of university housing. They worked hard to create an inclusive residence hall community to meet both the individual and group needs of students. The Hall Staff of the Year also developed strong bonds among staff members, encouraged and supported Hall Council, and consistently strived to exceed expectations. The winning buildings nominator had this to say about the staff. Don't work there. That's RA retirement. That's what you will hear from any RA on campus about this hall. You'll never get residents to interact. That's what this RA staff heard throughout past years and RA training. This staff has not listened to a word of the talk from around campus, but instead persevered to create an incredible year despite the pandemic. The Hall staff that deserves this prestigious award is one that not only best represents university housing, but best represents Appalachian State University. In a completely uncertain and unforgiving environment, such as this past academic year, this staff has created an experience that their residents will remember and cherish for years to come. And the winner of the Hall Staff of the Year Award is Mountaineer Hall. Congratulations to all the staff members of Mountaineer Hall. I will be accepting this award on your behalf and make sure that it gets to your building as soon as possible. Now, this is going to conclude the awards presentation segment of the evening. Please give one more round of applause to our award winners. And now we are going to take a minute to watch another great movie trailer, followed directly by our graduate recognition.
At this time, I would like to now recognize all the student staff members who will receive the greatest award of all, a degree from Appalachian State University. Our graduating student staff will each be receiving a certificate of achievement. These certificates will be available to pick up from the service desk in a few days. Please join me in congratulating our graduating night safety and service desk staff student members. Jarrett Carlson, Aaron Hensley, Tasha Josie, Madison Lewis, Nandra Maiden, Jonathan Winbush. Now, we would like to offer congratulations to our graduating resident assistants. Alex Dudash, Bailey Gray, Brooke Stevens, Caitlin Brewer, Chris Keene, Christian Brooks, Dalton Stroop, Ethan Triplett, Hagen Menjurkowski, Jesse Cradle, Kennedy Singletary, Kiara Mueller, Kimberly Peramo, Christina Shepard, Nicholas Corbin, Amia Mitchell, Tyler Lewis, Jenna Rhea, Wyatt Fairbanks, Quidea Rivers, Annie Mendoza, Matthew Hippolyte, Delaney Edwards, and Tucker Guynard. RAs will receive a graduation cord and a certificate of achievement. They will be delivered to your RA offices within the next few days. Please give your graduating RAs a round of applause. Next, we'll recognize graduating GAs. You all have made such a lasting impact during your time here. As the great Darth Vader once stated during the Star Wars episode 4, A New Hope, you were but the learner, now you are the master. As each of these graduate assistants will be receiving their master's degree next week, please join me in congratulating Adrian Anderson, Resident Director of Raven Rocks Hall, Christine Craven, Graduate Assistant for Residence Hall Safety, John Garst, Resident Director for Mountaineer Hall, Colin Lamb, Resident Director for Dalton Hall, Gracie Lindsley Huff, Graduate Assistant for Student Leadership, Sabrina Mateo, Resident Director for Appalachian Analytic Hall, Adam Matthews, Resident Director for Gardner Hall, Thomas Studnicki, Resident Director for Cone Hall, Greg Voss, Resident Director for Newland Hall, Andrea Wright, Resident Director for Thunder Hill Hall. Graduating GAs will receive a stole. which will be placed in your JET mailboxes. Please join us in congratulating all the graduates once more. Now, Dr. Tom Kane, the Director of University Housing, will say a few words.
Hello, I am Tom Kane, the Director of University Housing. Typically, you would see me a few times during the year, but I guess the upside to this year is that you only see me once. I want to start by thanking everyone attending this award ceremony. There is no other way to say this, but this was a hellish year. We spent the first half of the year trying to determine what we were doing, how to do our jobs, and how to deal with change. This included the chancellor to all of us. The fall seemed like we were on a roller coaster, and a number of us spent way too much time upside down. Ultimately, we learned that the goal was still to create community between App State and the residents. We had to maintain social distancing and use Zoom to accomplish this. Community while not touching people. How the heck do we do that? I routinely said that students, staff, and all people have lost this past year. Neither life nor classes were close to normal. Trying to keep in touch with our closest friends was challenging, and doing our jobs the way we wanted was close to impossible. It seems like such a small thing to say, but I really do want to say thank you for the fantastic jobs you each have done under some really uncomfortable situations. Many of the residents left, staff resigned, and many of the remaining people had to do double and triple duty. Please know that I and the entire university appreciate what you have done. You need to know we would not have made it through the end of the year face-to-face in the halls without you. Let's hope that next fall will bring us closer to normal and that we can have a truly great year then. It was great knowing you were out there, and this helped so many of us make it through this year. I hope you have a great summer. For those graduating or leaving after this year, I wish you the best. For those of you coming back, there is so much we want to do to make App the great place it can be. It will be great just to do our jobs again. You were wonderful, and from all of us, I want to give you a final thank you.
On behalf of the Residence Life Banquet Committee, we would like to again thank our special guests and speakers for celebrating with us tonight. And thank you all again for providing our residents here at Appalachian State with yet another amazing year of support, guidance, and programming. We hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Roll the credits.